Yeah.
Oh my God, darling, my darling, how are you?
That's come
Good.
from living in Sussex.
Suze? Oh,
Yeah, I can
Wi-Fi
see
better be
you.
working. I can see you. Oh, I can see you. Fantastic. I can see you, darling. I can
I
see
haven't
you.
washed my hair for 5 weeks.
5 weeks. I've got to turn you up now. I'm going to turn you up because you're speaking a bit quietly, or the Wi-Fi. There we go. Speak again. 5
I haven't
weeks.
washed my hair for 5 weeks now.
5 weeks. The thing is, you're very proud of it.
No, I'm not. I'm hating it, but I'm doing
So
it.
why haven't you just gone towards the shower and washed it?
Because it's meant to be really good for your hair. Doing it 6 weeks, and it starts to self-clean, apparently. But it's the grey that's killing me more than anything else. I put a bit of, you know, that eyebrow mascara.
Yeah, which
I put
one?
that on my root, but it's come out already. I put a bit of eyebrow mascara here.
It's really difficult if you're blonde, darling, because I use this. I mean, I got some color from my hairdresser, which I did, but I also use that. But Joshua told me that this is Joshua, but they don't do it for blondes. You can't paint in blonde. But Color Wow has the blonde color, and that's great.
Yeah, which I think shit. I think
like that.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I think it's great, but I just maybe you're going to grow grey.
No, never.
Just checking because you'll not wash your hair for 5 weeks. You're content it's going to self-clean. You're content that I'm going to come up to you and not think it's a Chinese bird's nest soup when I smell you.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Okay, everyone watching, apart from the color, which is diabolical, I mean, my hair doesn't look so bad. You got to be honest.
What I'm trying to work out is, you know, that journalist, Suze, that when we started out together, she had this kind of quite set style to her hair. It was quite bouffant. Not Susie Menkes, but the other, Antivirus. What was her name? With the glasses. Liz Tilberis. Did she not have that moment? That sort of crown?
Oh, I know exactly who you mean. Liz Walker. Yeah.
Yes!
Lovely, lovely Liz Walker. Anywai, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And now is the time.
Have you tried the top knot, Suze?
Yeah, no, but I thought I'd put it down today for you.
Can you just show me the top knot?
What, you mean like that?
Yeah.
Well, all of it up.
You see, immediately cool. You're immediately cool.
No, but I've had it like that every day, and I thought I'd just give myself a change.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just see, because I kind of think it's just, I like it like that, darling. I'm just gonna do. Well, not you. Suddenly turned yourself into. No, you've turned yourself into a granny. Stop. Okay.
Exactly. So I've just put a paperclip in. So why? How can that be cool? I'm like a granny.
I know, but it's like you want to go.
Yeah, my hair doesn't do that, unfortunately. Anyway.
Okay, darling. Okay, go messy then. Just go messy. Go in like you're scratching. Yeah, go messy. Don't. Yes. That's just. It's like then you've just had good sex. Seriously.
Okay.
It is like from a chapter of the book, but it's softer. You know what I mean? It's like what the hell? What the hell, darling?
The body
shape. You know what I'm just going to do is. I'm just going to do a little comment here, darling. Live with Susannah, because we're going to have lots of questions for you. Live, EITH, live with the cunt.
Oh, she's so rude.
Talking body shape and what else? And everything.
Anything that comes to mind.
That comes to mind. Thank you. Always makes it sound much better than I can. Always it comes to mind. Excellent. And I'll post that, and then I got to pin it.
God, you're clever. I wouldn't know where to begin.
Okay, so I get the body shape Bible so we can remember what we wrote.
I found it. I was down in the cellar looking for a good book for Cece and Esme to read, and I chanced upon it, but it was in Polish. So I couldn't understand it, and then thank God I did find a British version of it.
Okay,
it's such a good book.
I only have the Polish version.
No, I was just saying, I found the Polish version, and then I did find an English version, which is upstairs, but I've got no Wi-Fi up there. But it's actually a really good, informative book.
I'm just like, I'm sorry, I've got phone crisis here, but doesn't matter. Darling, I'm just gonna, Molly.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still there. I'm just gonna, Suze, because I've got to do this thing all day for.
It's nearly the end of the day. What are you talking about, you idiot?
No, because I have to do, why will it not let me do? I want to do a film and it won't let me do it. Camera, and I want to do a film. Sorry, I'm just gonna, Molly, I'm saying goodbye to you a second because I have to try and do something.
You're
What I have
supposed
to
to
do,
be
Sue, is
social distancing. Who's Molly?
Molly's on the phone.
Oh, okay.
She's on the phone. Okay.
Do you mean this book?
No, I don't,
Who's
darling.
that?
I don't mean
Oh,
that. But
there's
there's Lila. So
Hi.
we're just here.
Hi,
Just
Missy.
this is Glamour. Susannah, say hello to Glamour.
Hi,
Glamour.
Glamour.
Hi, Glamour.
What,
I'm
Glamour
with Susannah.
the magazine?
Glamour the
Glamour.
magazine. And I'm doing a day in the life of for their YouTube channel.
Okay,
So it's
great.
now 6 in the evening. Susannah and I are doing a live talking about body shape and talking about our old book. And I can only find a copy in Polish. Susannah found the English copy. And we're chatting to a few thousand people about body shape. Anyway, catch you up later. I've done so many of those today. It's a bloody nightmare. Lila was in for a second. Do you have any children there?
Do I?
Yeah, can you get Cece to come in about 15 minutes?
I'll try. They're all playing cricket outside at the moment.
Oh, that's really nice. This is really confusing. Life is always confusing with us, but should we just try and be sort of, okay. Susannah and I, how many books did we write? I'm going to challenge you now.
Was it 11 or 13?
Do you want to try and count them?
9? Oh, no.
Okay. Well, let's do the first one, which sold 10,000 copies. What was it called?
Okay, the first one was called, wasn't What Your Clothes, oh, What Not to Wear. No, Ready to Wear. Yeah.
Ready to Dress?
Ready to Dress, yeah.
Ready to Dress. Fried eggs and melons on the front.
Huh?
Yeah.
Fried eggs and melons.
Fried eggs and melons on the front.
Yeah.
That was like, I can't even remember what we did in that book, Suze. I don't have a copy of it anymore.
I have no idea.
No idea. Then we did What Not to Wear.
Yeah, then we did What Not to Wear, which is like a kind of glorified leaflet.
Yes, but it was just very good if you have big boobs, little boobs.
So informative.
Still relevant today.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we did What Not to Wear for Special Occasions. One of our dodgiest books, I would say. Anyone who actually spent money buying that.
Sorry.
You know, yeah, I would say sorry.
Yeah.
Then we did
What Your Clothes Say About You?
Or do we do What You Wear Can Change Your Life? I think we did.
Which was the
Maybe
one
we did What Your Clothes
one.
Say About You first.
Oh, I can't remember. This is very boring for everyone.
Okay, but then we did the Body Shape Bible.
Then we did the Body Shape Bible, which is the book we got the most, always get asked about the most, but people will come up saying, what body shape am I? Always.
Yeah.
Number one question.
Okay, so the different body shapes, darling. They're in Polish, so I can't say what they are. I want you to tell me.
Okay, so there's the cornet, the lollipop.
Who is she?
The cornet is someone like Cameron Diaz. So
Elle
sort
Macpherson.
of quite Elle Macpherson, broad-shouldered, narrowed hip, quite flat boob, very athletic body. Then you've got the lollipop, which is someone like Uma Thurman, who I've turned into a lollipop now, from a vase to a lollipop. Then you have the hourglass.
You didn't think a lollipop is just controlled by your breasts?
Yeah, which is what I am.
Yeah. Do you think Uma Thurman's boobs control her now?
Well, she is in the book. She was a lollipop in the book.
Really?
Yeah, she's a lollipop.
Yeah.
This is someone else, kind of quite not totally right. And then we have the hourglass, which is Salma Hayek, is a classic hourglass. Then we have the vase. I can't remember who. You
were the vase, darling. You're still a vase.
Trust me, I'm not. Look, I'm going to show you side profile.
All right. Are you wearing 2 brassieres to eat this evening?
No, I'm not. I'm wearing one. But look at that. That is not.
Well, you know, the boob is quite big, so it's not even in the whole frame. No, I'm kidding.
I know. Well, it's kind of that. I am definitely. I think I'm a lollipop now. But then what else we have? We had the apple, the brick, the pear,
the cello.
Cello.
I like a cello. A lot of people didn't understand a cello, but that was when you were curvy, but you were sort of slightly bigger on the hip, but you still had boobs and a waist. So all these still apply. And even if we look now, I'm just going to look at some of the some of the people that, if anyone wants, what we can do is anyone wants to say what shape they think they are, and we can show things from the book and we can discuss if it's still relevant.
Yeah,
Should we
actually,
do that?
someone just said Kate Winslet is a buzz. Absolutely right. Kate
She
Winslet
is totally.
is a buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody else says, darlings, you make AdFab look normal.
That's so true.
So Booth Cockapoo, one of the loveliest women. There's so many lovely women on it. Have you ladies found your own body shape has changed since lockdown? Since lockdown.
Ooh,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Really? Do you think people have changed since? Well, maybe.
Well, people either have kind of, you know, they've done everything. They've lost weight, they've put on weight. I actually decided to give up sugar, which was successful until I discovered the ice cream shop was open again a few days ago. But giving up sugar, I did then suddenly, I fit in my summer clothes, which I hadn't for a while.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Just in time for running on a beach tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So she's got that. They're all saying we don't need to know all this. Get to the point. Thank you. You're right. Your hair's so much body. How could you possibly be without shampoo? Please give some tips. Because Susannah has the best goddamn hair. Susannah has the kind of hair, I'll just say this for you, Sus, that when she did nothing, it was the same as when I'd spent 2 hours at the hairdresser to get rid of the frizz. I've always been rather envious of your hair.
No, and I think not totally true. I mean, I think, you know, it's the kind of the oils, or shall I say grease, that's in the hair that I think is giving it a smooth-ish texture, but it's quite stiff and gluey. But I haven't done anything. People have been asking, I haven't done anything. So even after a run, I'm sorry to say this, many of you are going to think this is disgusting, and I'm very sweaty. I don't wash out the sweat. So I've done Zippo, nothing at all to my hair.
Okay. Don't wash out the sweat. I'm just going to, oh, there's a lovely person here, Suze, Marianne. She said, I did your Maryland's Fridays campaign. She must have worked at BBH.
God,
how amazing. Fantastic. The bell shape. Okay, we'll talk about a bell.
That's Jenny, isn't it? The bell.
Jenny, divine Jenny. So a bell is always been a woman that you and I have gravitated towards, because it's a woman who is very disproportionate, and that's the hardest shape to dress. So this is a bell. That's my lovely Jenny, who's been with me since Lila was a baby. And you have a narrow, you're like a pear, but you have a bigger disproportionality. So like and very short-waisted. Do you remember? So that means that the worst thing for you is a cut on the bias dress. There's Jenny saying, I know this is bad.
Like that,
Yeah, and poor Jenny, she was such good sport. But what was really good are things like those kind of dress, you know, that was your old leopard Mac, I think, we made into a dress.
Yeah, so that's the sort of 1950s, isn't it? And it's that sort of 1950s vibe.
That still works.
The draping
totally.
It's good.
Yeah. I think that still totally works. And then, you know, Princess A-line coat, so that you can't tell, you know, it allows with the A-line to cover the disproportionality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was very good. Not sure about that top, why we like that.
I mean, it's just hideous.
I think we just had to fill a space.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is a good page or the bad page. This is Jenny after. Lovely Jenny, look. That's in her sort of day look.
Poor
and just
long-suffering Jen.
Oh, long-suffering, thank you. And I think what worked here, darling, is because you're much smaller up top, what we did is by putting a gilet up top, we gave bulk so that the bottom looked smaller. And that was a kind of rule that...
Exactly. So for the Body Shape Bible, everything was about reproportioning the body. So it was about making your body look like you are in proportion. So if you have broader shoulders, it was about widening the hips even.
Yeah. And
if you know, if you were top heavy, then you balanced it out by making you look slightly bigger on the bottom and vice versa. And that was the key. And tailoring worked for curvy people. Tailoring is essential. And then for someone like you, who's more, you're a pear, but a tiny pear, you know, you could get away with the sort of draping on top and having more elaborate clothes on top, and bigger jewelry.
I think in a way, I think my body shape has changed, Suze, because I think since I started working out my arms, I think the only element I have of a pear is that I'm long bodied and short legs. The two things of a pear were you've got a longer body and a torso, so jackets always look a bit short on you and things, and then you had saddlebags, but I think now I'm in proportion, but I haven't gained long legs. And that shape is kind of not totally in the book. So I'm between a column and a pear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once somebody's saying, how did your body change around the menopausal stage? I mean, this is a conversation we could have for hours. And I think the hardest thing around the menopause is that your tummy changes. So a lot of ladies here are saying, I was an hourglass, I'm becoming an apple. There's that sense of losing your tummy. And when I speak to specialists, Suze, they sort of say you don't all have to go down that path. That's about getting a balance in the hormones. It's about, you know, I think when we're older, eating less sugar, stuff like that.
Sure. I mean, I find that, and I think that generally, like in menopause, and I think this applies to pre-menopause as well, it's if you carry, some women, mainly women who are top heavy, carry their well, obviously their weight at the front of their body. So people like me, so you have propensity to get a thickened waist when you go through menopause. It's almost like it happens overnight. I don't know if you guys found that, but that happened to me. And it's a lot of hard work and healthy eating that have kind of got it back. But the thing I find the worst thing of all is that my skin texture on my body is so bad. It's like someone's got a piece of tissue paper and scrunched it all up and then pulled it out again. And it's not cellulite, it's just sagging flesh.
It's thinner, I think, because it's lost its elasticity. But I'm taking, Suze, I'm going to send you from Julia Hunter these whole body pads, and they're AHA, they're exfoliating acid. So even going to Boots and getting a more light body lotion, which has enzyme acids in it, so it sloshes off the dead skin, because that feeling of that real crepey loss of collagen skin is a little bit down to the fact that we're not exfoliating. So on your face,
I do dry brush. Dry brush
is great. Yeah,
but it doesn't really, I mean, I've been a bit lazy about it recently, but that does help, but it doesn't help the physical drapery of flesh.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Somebody's
can be helped.
I'm going to send you the whole body pads.
You
Coxie here, I promise you, said, I'm losing motivation to home train. I'm missing the gym and struggling to motivate myself from home, eating fresh cream liqueurs, etc. Suze, I just got to say something on this, because I went today to do a COVID test. And the reason I went to do it is that I thought I'd had it perhaps at the beginning of February. And I live
when
with...
you had that awful cough.
When I had that awful cough and everything. Yeah. And I live with somebody who is really potentially at risk. And I want to just check, you know. So I haven't had it. But when I went to see the doctor, he said to me, and this is just... I'm just going to throw it out there, because I had been on this path a bit with Shabir, but he said that to him, it's a lot to do with having a really healthy gut, because if you have a bad gut, you create bad bacteria, the virus comes in and it feeds on that bad bacteria, and then that translates and it causes the problem in the lungs. But it starts, that virus, attacking the bad bacteria in your gut. So you need to not have things it can attack. So to me, having a body that is not containing a shitload of sugar, so just like I was getting, Suze, last week, I started ice cream. I'd been really good, and I'd heard this thing before, but I had ice cream. And I felt the inflammation in my body. I felt tired, all the things. And so for the lady who's gone to eating cream cakes again, I'm just going to say this, that
careful.
I want to stay well. I don't want to get it because I am 56. I don't want to get it because I don't want my partner to be at risk.
Yeah.
And so from today, it was another wake-up call that I'm going to cut sugar out again, and I can just get rid of those ice creams on another member of the family.
Yeah.
But I don't want sugar there all the time, you know, and I want a good gut.
Yeah, I mean, I did this thing before which I finished about a week before the outbreak. And it was exactly that. It was cleaning my gut. So I was taking all these supplements and whatever, enzymes, blah, 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 blah. And I'm so grateful that I did that, because I've heard the same thing about it attacking you know, all the crap that you know, you leave yourself vulnerable by eating crap, which we all, it's kind of not rocket science, is it? But it's interesting to know that a doctor has said specifically that's what it is. So
I know.
it doesn't help,
And
does
it's
it?
like, you know, we want indulgence, but what inspiration,
Have
darling?
you
You
had
are
it?
good at exercise, Suze. No, I haven't had it. I haven't had. That was the thing.
Okay.
I came back thinking I
Yeah.
might have had it. But darling, what inspiration can you give to them? Because you're really good at looking after your body from an exercise and a running perspective. Something, you know, I do Pilates, but you've been amazing. And I remember when you got on that journey and you really got into it, and it helped with releasing good endorphins, everything. It transformed you, you know, in your 50s to be a runner and to. So what can you say to women who are losing the motivation whilst they're staying at home?
I mean, it's very difficult if you're, I mean, I'm blessed that, well, when I started running, we were living in London and we had a park next door to us, so I could run there. And now I live in the countryside and I can get out and I can run. Obviously, in your home, it's a different story. But I think if you can get out and you can do your hour walk, and I know this sounds mad and you'll feel like a total twat, but the way I started again after a period of stopping is I got the Nordic walking sticks and I walked, because what that does is they tone your entire body, your arms, everything. And it's actually, it's 40% more effective to walk with Nordic walking sticks. And if you go onto YouTube, it'll show you how to walk with them. It's very easy. So I started doing that again. But running, you know, you've just got to kick your ass and get yourself out there and start slowly. And walk fast, and then when you're doing your kind of hour walk, maybe do 5 minutes running, and every week build up another 5 minutes, and soon you'll be running. But I swear to God, if I'm in a filthy mood or I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, which is quite often the case, it totally changes my outlook on life. And I can't recommend it highly enough. But then again, I do think there are people who are built for running. And I'm one of those people. And you know, whereas for me, it's swimming and running. Whereas for you, you're pretty flexible. I'm totally inflexible. But I think it's just getting out there, not feeling, which I've done in the past, is thought, well, what's the bloody point? You know, look at me. What's the point? Why should I bother? But just making that first step, you will feel so much better about yourself.
And just going on to, somebody said, why did I go and have a test? Because I was worried and I wanted to go and check. And I have a private doctor who offered me that test. So I'm just saying why I did that. And with my information on, this is what I am doing for my body. So everyone will have different information, Suze, that they will take. But I do know that a healthy body is the most important thing to have when we have COVID in our lives. And I want to do everything I can to have a healthy body. So for me, what can I do? And for me, it does. You know, everyone can change their opinion, you know, have different opinions. But for me, it starts in the gut, Suze. I want to have a healthy gut. And I think so much is connected. And I know from times that I have been ill, what things affect me and affect my immunity. So I'm just doing this for me. I want to care and protect the people around me, and I want to do the best thing. So that's just, I'm just going to put that out there. Yes, Suze, it's good to hear, you know, that we can change, because we can just, I think every day, darling, can become a Groundhog Day for many women, you know, and just having that motivation is going to move us on. Anyway, we'll go back to body shapes. So anyone wants to ask a question? I know there've been lots of questions saying, I think I'm this, but I'm not sure. And also, you know, the test I did was a pinprick. It might not be the best test in the world. So I don't know. I did that available test. So yes, anyone on questions on what your, yes, one thing too. I started running from 61 to 63, recuperation from a bad knee. Now yoga and walking runs made me proud. That's great. That's a lady from Canada. 80% of our immunity system is in the gut. We must sort out our guts first. Cutting out sugar is number one. So I think the test I had was the one where they prick your finger. Can you show an hourglass? Yes, we so can show an hourglass. All right, who was the hourglass in this, Suze?
I think it was Nigella, wasn't it?
Yes, but like, I love you, darling. So you're so funny. But who's our bloody model? I think we, you know what? It's so funny. I think we probably had a picture of Nigella in
No, I
here as a
think we
classic,
do. I think it
beautiful
is.
hourglass.
Yeah. Who
That's so
else?
funny.
Yeah, Salma Hayek.
So yeah, but
She's
who was
another
our
one.
real model? That's the problem.
Wasn't it? Was it Sabrina? Was it
The thing is,
Sabrina?
it's in Polish, so it's very difficult for me to tell. Oh wait, here. Yes, we got. Isn't that funny? There's a picture of Nigella in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Classic, beautiful
Classic
hourglass.
Yeah, beautiful
Classic hourglass. Fantastic. Okay, so going to, and this girl actually looks a little bit like her. So here she is. So there's our lovely hourglass there. Short-waisted, boobs, a little hip, legs you feel very confident with, the knee down. Sometimes the thighs might say kiss each other hello. So the worst thing is just too many frills, things, you know, making the waist weird. Just that was nothing. I don't know why we did that, but I think it was the messiness, wasn't it, and the frill of the top.
Exactly. It's the messiness
Okay.
and hiding the waist and things like if you're short waisted, don't wear wide belts because then it looks like your boobs are growing out of your tummy. So you always wear a narrower belt or a belt to cinch your waist in that's the same color as the fabric of your dress or top that you're wearing.
Exactly.
So you don't want to cut your waist.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think that's a lovely dress of yours. Do you still wear it, darling?
Are you kidding? I can possibly get into that anymore.
That was very pretty, but that was that sweetheart neckline, really lovely neckline, and just nice cutout necklines here. I think the trousers we did a little kick flare just to give your length.
Bootleg or boot cut flare.
And then nice small lapels on the jacket so they don't overwhelm your breasts. And then nice fitted coat. So, and then shirts were kind of, there were some very good shirts that they used to always do in Zara, the stretchy one with the ruching and it just encased your shape so well.
So someone's asking, it's like, how do you know if you're short-waisted? And the way you know you're short-waisted is if your boobs are near your tummy button. Whereas if you're long-waisted, they're further away. It's very simple. So
okay, so let's stand up and let's show that, darling. So for me,
so my tummy button is here.
Okay, let's just get this right. Yeah. Okay, so what's the distance between your tummy button and your boob if you measure it?
It's about 9 inches.
Okay, so mine is, are you going from the end of your boob or from your nipple?
From the end underneath my boob.
So underneath your boob can you go with your hand, the stretch of your hand? Can you do it from your underneath your boob to your tummy button?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, and I can only just get there.
Yeah, no, I can easily do that.
Yeah, so my span is like that length.
Yeah, mine's probably about 4 inches.
Yeah, and we're nearly the same height. So that just shows that the way to see, it's a very good definition, darling, to say that. Okay, so good question though.
I'm gonna have to go and cook dinner for my fucking children soon.
All right,
darling. Hear them bleating, but I'm just saying that, but I want to stay for quite a bit longer.
Okay, fine.
If you hear yelling, that's why.
Yes, all right. What body shapes would you say can wear wide leg crop jeans?
What do you think, Trinny? I don't think anyone can. I don't think they.
Well, maybe I just bought some.
Did we? Oh well, you've always go off piste with the rules.
I know. I just bought these.
A column. A column.
I'll tell you the only way I can wear them is when they're very high waisted. So it elongates my legs by making them high waisted.
Yeah.
But there's something to me when every single woman is wearing a skinny jean and thinking, I just want something new that feels a bit cooler. And then, you know, there are a lot of them out there, but I feel that they can't be so baggy that you lose all your shape. So they need to be really fitted around your waist and high cut and not.
What do you wear on your feet?
I wear either a brogue to give me a bit of extra height so my legs don't look like you used to call them when they were cut off. I can't remember your expression of my legs.
Probably, yeah.
Stunted, yeah, stunty. So I do that, or I do like a stacked trainer.
Yeah.
Or I would do a flat trainer, but then I would never show you where my bottom ended and my legs began. So I'd wear a coat with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the key, because I think we have to be very careful. I'm sure, you know, a lot of you are much younger than we are, but when I think in my mind's eye, when I go for something, you see, for me, weirdly, I think I would look more muttony than you wearing those. So I have this friend who shall remain nameless. And when I'm kind of reaching for something like a pair of crop trousers, which, you know, can be with trainers, and in my mind's eye, I think of her and what she would look like in them.
Yeah.
And if she's going to look too old, I won't get them. So because I can't see it for myself, it's so hard to be
Yeah.
objective about oneself when you look in the mirror.
It's very good, that. And is she the same age as you?
She's the same age as me. She's a bit more wrinkly, but she's sort of got dyed blonde hair like me, and she's a different body shape, interestingly. So for me, it's more about wearing things that are not age appropriate. I hate that term, but that aren't going to make me look like I've delved into my daughter's cupboard.
Yeah. And I think there's always that we
Yeah.
just don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Bizzo was saying, what clothes should a very tall woman wear without beginning to look out of proportion? I think it's like, if I do really tall and you do petite, Suze, but there are certain little things you can do. So if you wear a normal person's jean, it will look like a crop jean on you, which kind of can look cool. And generally very tall people have a long leg, whatever, even if they're short legged and long bodied. I think also most jackets can look too short. So it's about finding shirts, and you can get shirts, I think, with quite long sleeves that come out underneath.
Yeah,
and if
exactly,
it's in
like a cuff.
like a cuff, and if it's in the summer, what I tend to do is I might wear a jacket which feels like it's a bracelet sleeve length on me, but I'll wear thick bangles so I continue some coverage, so it doesn't look like I'm in my daughter's jacket.
You
know,
so it's the same way. It's breaking up the length. It's breaking with your very tall. Whereas for someone petite, when clothes can drown you, it's about elongating your body and wearing one color rather than breaking it up with kind of stripes, or it's all about being more uniform in the colors that you're wearing.
Yeah. Darling, do you remember this moment? There's a lady saying, I remember Trinny told Susannah that her stomach was disgusting and it made her sick looking at it. When did I say that to you?
I mean, if you did, it was a joke, and I probably found it hilarious.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either. That's so funny. That is so funny. Totally agree. I think that cigarette pants, yes, that's fine. I understand that you both moved on separately, but I'd love to re-look at your lovely program. Please, I love it. I love this advice for an older female now. Sweet of you. Do you believe collagen powder truly helps with thin, crispy, crinkly skin? You're taking collagen powder that you love, Suze. Does that help with your skin on your body?
Yes, it does. And that is Ancient and Brave. The brand's called Ancient and Brave, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, you gave me some for my birthday and I love it.
It is amazing. And then the MCT oil, which is like this coconut. It's kind of refined, not refined, but pure coconut oil.
Yeah.
And I must remember, I haven't taken it for a few days, but I always have it in, like at lunch, I'll have a vegetable smoothie and I chuck that in.
Very good. I might get you to send me that afterwards. I mean, the name for it. I'll send you the whole pads. Can you send me that?
Yeah, but I gave it to you your birthday. Have you finished?
Oh, you gave it to me?
You just said you gave it to me from my birthday.
The Ancient and Brave I've got, but you mentioned some little drops.
I gave you the MCT oil as well. It's in a bottle.
Oh, it's in the bottle?
It's in a bottle, and it's this oil.
Okay. Yeah, that I haven't started yet.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
Be careful, because you have to get used to it. So just have a teaspoon and then slowly build up your, you get used to it. Otherwise, it can give you a bit of a tummy ache.
Yeah. Okay.
But I really have got to go. I'm so sorry, darling.
All right, darling. Don't worry.
How long were we meant to be doing it?
Well, that's fine. We usually do an hour, but we can stop. That's so fine.
Sorry,
that's so fine, darling. Don't worry.
6:30. Sorry.
No, don't worry, darling. Never put a horizon line.
It's fine.
Okay. Never put a horizon line through your widest point. That's very good. Somebody was saying, what do I do about petite? And you'd said that point as well. Yeah. So I think that's great. What else is there? Where is the waist on the body? Okay. This is like, what's really interesting is I think you and I, Susan, dress so many women, and some women know their bodies really
so,
well,
yeah, I don't know
and
if you
some
can
don't. So show me that.
Okay, so the waist is this small bit here.
Can you go back a tiny bit, darling, so they can see you better?
So it's this bit here. It's the bit that goes in. It's kind of like, basically, it's at the bottom of your rib cage, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, we've had women who have really high waist and low waist. So there's some women who it might literally start under your boob, but there's an indentation. Whatever size you are, you will feel there's one part, which is the smallest part between your boob and your tummy button. That will be your waist. And I think many women have said to you and I don't have a waist. And then we strip them and then we find their waist. And it's just, they've got to rediscover this old friend and treat it with respect and show it off.
And if you feel your waist has gone entirely, which, you know, for a lot of us it has, then just use the magic of tailoring and get a jacket that's very tailored to do the work for you. And that, so especially from rear view, well, actually rear and front, if you've got a shaped jacket like that, it looks like you've got a waist.
Yeah. Yeah. Booth Cockapoo, I'm sorry you had a difficult day, so we're sending you love. The collagen brand, darling, again, could you give the name, please?
It's Ancient and Brave. So if you go, they have a website. It's not the cheapest thing. So a bottle like that is about £22, I think, but it lasts a long time. And then they do a beauty one, which is especially for beauty, and then they do another one for your brain, which is, you know, to make you more intelligent.
That would be a help. Darling, just asking on a personal level, what are the things that you're finding hardest during staying at home? And what's the thing that you've discovered that's actually quite a good thing?
It's funny, I've been doing this on for my podcast, which I've been doing like mini ones, my wardrobe malfunction.
Yes, you must go on. Can I just say, let's just remind people, my wardrobe mal is what it's called on Insta.
Yeah.
But you can also go on.
It's at my ward mal. And if you
got
any wardrobe malfunctions, I would love to Zoom you and we'll chat. So I've been Zooming people all over the world and it's been hilarious. But anyway,
fantastic. The
things I found really hard are the 24 hours a day of domestic servitude. That's been the hardest. So, you know, and I'm a feeder. I love cooking. I love feeding people. I'm proud of it. But when it's happening all the time is just, it's no fun. So it's taking the joy out of cooking, and I'm sad about that. And I'm sure, you know, most people are like this. I mean, I haven't had all my children at home for this amount of time. Joe was 8 years old, you know, he's now 21. Which is a blessing and a curse. What can I say? So I found that very hard. It's like, and I find it hard to walk past anything and not want it to be perfect. And if I did that, then I'd go insane. I've just got to let go a bit.
Yeah, I did see Joe's room.
Oh, I had to take that down. He was so cross that I put that up. You have no idea.
That was such a funny shot. I remember that when it was a lovely guest room.
Can you believe it? I mean, he's just such a pig. So that's been, you know, it's been really lovely having them here, and it's been good for them to have this time together and to really get to know each other at a time when they're so close but different in age and wanting different things out of life. So that's been great. But I'm beginning to get cabin fever.
What are any other good things? Like, how about your writing and stuff like that? Have you got time for it?
No, I don't have time. I've never been busier in my life in, you know, pandering to everyone else's needs and being codependent. But I think that, and I don't know if anyone else finds this, but I have no motivation. I find it very difficult to get motivated at the moment, except to run. That's the only thing. And to find some corner in this house where I can go and hide from everybody. That keeps me motivated as well. But then I feel so blessed that we're in Sussex. I feel so grateful and blessed, and and just rediscovering games like Cluedo and Racing Demon and card games.
Racing Demon, I played that. Yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think that the thing that, because I'm juggling, you know, running the business remotely, I think the thing I find probably hardest is not being able to know everything that's going on. So when I was in my office, I could see what everyone was doing. It's an open plan office. So not knowing, and then I, you know, call my assistant, I say, what meeting is so-and-so having with a Zoom meeting? Because I then go and gate crash meetings that I'm not in, just to kind of check up what people are doing. You know what I'm like. I'm just such a control freak. A nightmare, yeah. But I just, that keeps me sane, Suze, as well. Just to have a sense that, okay, I know that's what they're getting on with, then I can let go. I find that I spend 90% of my day in this room, which means that I am just making sure that everything here is in order so that I can do all my work. So when I go from doing a film to doing a makeup thing to doing a skincare, you know, that it's all there. Lila, I'm really aware, she's next door here, that, you know, I'm really grateful that she's going back to virtual school tomorrow, because it was just getting too much that she's like, you know, I feel I'm letting go as a mum because she's eating shit every day. Well, I mean, we have proper lunch, proper dinner, but she's just eating so much sugar. She's, you know, watching Hawaii 5-0. She's playing Sims, and she's doing TikToks obsessively, like every 2 minutes. And when we're together, she'll suddenly go like this with me and want to do a TikTok. So that kind of, and then I know that I want to go, and I just go, okay, darling, let's make dinner. What should we eat tonight? You know, but it's being able to spread my time, and then darling C is, you know, lying in bed watching telly, waiting for me also to finish work so we can have some time together. So you know, he sort of works in the day with his daughter and son-in-law. So we kind of have this regime in the day where we're all doing our sort of work stuff. Then we all meet together for lunch. Then we all go off and do our stuff. Then, you know, Lila and I have supper. It's kind of, it is Groundhoggy Day, but I think because in my work I'm doing different things every day, I feel less at Groundhoggy Day, but I'm exhausted. You know, this week, like before I did the live with you, Suze, I felt so exhausted. I nearly kind of called you up to cancel it. I was just like, it's only Tuesday and I'm exhausted. So I need to take more care of myself. So I'm going to cancel a few of my lives just to kind of do a little self-care.
I think you really, because I know, obviously I think about you often, and I've been thinking about you in this time with your business, and that it's, you know, you've got such a responsibility there with the people who love your product, love Trinny London, and all the women that, you know, the girls that work for you and everything. But at the same time, you've you know, it's about, you've always had an issue with trust. You know, you found it difficult to trust people that they can do their job, which is why you keep jumping into meetings. And I know it's hard, and I, you know, this is here, I'm saying this when I'm, you know, all I've got to do is write a bloody book or whatever, you know, it's sitting in front of the computer. And I don't have other people's livelihoods that I'm responsible for. But it's kind of, I was really hoping that you would take your foot off the pedal, and that you'd find a new normal and a new way of working without burning yourself out. Because I know what you're like, you know, you find that very, very difficult. And if you're in a situation where you can't have the control, then you could like run riot around yourself.
Yeah, it's very true. You know me well,
so
darling.
You must, you know, I really, and if you feel like that, just call me. I've forgotten we're doing this live now.
I know, but
sorry. I forgot. I thought I was just talking to you.
I know. I thought I was just talking to you too. It's like the comments are going over, but we're just having a chat.
No, it's just having a good old chat.
But I'm sure, anyway, you know, I'm sure everyone out there identifies with both what you and I are going through in different ways. And
here's my beloved. You know, it's our 25th wedding anniversary tomorrow.
Oh my God, Steenie!
25 years.
Steenie Weenie, come and say hi, darling.
Say hi. We're doing.
Steenie, come down so we can see you properly, Steenie. Look at that handsome man. Oh,
25 years, and I'm married.
I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Darling, congratulations. What are you getting her, Steen? Are you getting her another set of scales like when she has to?
I'm taking her on holiday. I've already booked the whole thing.
We're going to Burma.
Not Burma.
You're kidding.
No, we're going to Bhutan.
Bhutan, amazing. When are you going to Bhutan?
Well, supposedly October.
Well, that might still happen, darling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah, it will,
Yeah.
Steenie. It will. It
Yeah.
will,
And
Steenie.
he's cooking me dinner tomorrow night.
Oh, Steenie.
How are
Steenie,
you,
we
darling?
saw Steenie. I was very
Disaster chef.
disappointed that Susannah stopped the Cooking with Steen evenings, which were on your Instagram for a bit, because it was just mesmerizing watching how you cook.
I know, the hashtag disaster chef. We had, yeah, it's.
I made another round the other day, which was quite good. That went well. And what else have I made? Oh, I've threatened to make beef bourguignon. No, what was I gonna make?
Beef stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff. But no one wants to have that.
Beef bourguignon.
And anyway,
Darling.
apparently no one likes that. So
So he makes rhubarb. He goes out. We have lots of rhubarb growing, which none of us like apart from him.
I've made the by far and away the best muesli. Absolutely delicious.
What,
muesli.
with your rhubarb?
Well, to be honest, I have to add the rhubarb afterwards because no one will eat it. So
Steenie, you know, rhubarb jam is so delicious.
Yeah, I'm actually.
You love rhubarb, don't you, Trinny?
I love rhubarb so much.
Yeah.
When I came down to you, I liked that rhubarb patch in your garden.
Oh, it's very, it's throwing off a lot of good stuff.
Steve's going to make compote for all the nurses because it's got a lot of vitamin C in it, aren't you, darling?
Oh.
Yeah.
So what will they do with the compote? Oh, compote. I thought you said compost. Compote.
Yeah, compote.
So
nice
great.
little compote.
But it'll probably end up on the compost like the last section.
A little rhubarb crumble would be good.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Molly thought we were dead.
Oh, really?
Somebody said, Molly, they aren't dead.
Oh, okay.
We're just about to get there now.
All right, darling. So
darling, have a lovely dinner.
25 years. 25
Amazing.
years.
I'm well, darling, but I'm going to go now because our time will run out. I love you. Suze, we'll catch up again.
They want you to speak in a couple of days, okay?
All right, darling. Big kiss.
I love you so much.
I love you so
darling.
much, darling. Bye.